And my name is Dennis Ondari. I'm from Kenya. I'm a teacher of chemistry and biology, and I teach at high school level. First, tell us about yourself. What do you like to do in your free time? What are some of your hobbies? I am a self driven, goal oriented individual, quite diverse and committed, hard-working teacher of the 21st century. I believe in a learner-centered philosophy of teaching, and my role as a teacher is that of creating a safe and conducive learning environment to make sure that each and every learner has an equal opportunity to learn and exploit their potential fully. During my free time, I like doing street mental health advocacy and also visiting the less fortunate people in the society, especially those in orphanages. My hobbies include traveling, music and dance, and also planting trees. Do you use technology in your classroom? If so, explain how you use it and do you find it useful? Yes, I use technology in my classroom considering the fact that this is the 21st century and ICT skills is one of the skills that we're supposed to employ. Some of the technology tools I use include PowerPoint presentation whereby I'm able to prepare different materials in PowerPoint slides and then I project to my learners. I'm also able to use other online resources and other channels like the YouTube. On whether it is effective, I must say that the use of technology is quite effective because these are learners of the 21st century. They love technology and you cannot take technology away from them. So every time I use technology in class, the lessons are usually fun, learners are fully involved, and it makes the lesson objectives to be well achieved. If I were to walk into your class, what would we see? In my typical classroom setup, you will find learners actively involved in group discussion. They will be making presentations either at group level or generally for the whole class. You'll also at times find them doing experimental work. Being a science teacher, it means that from time to time, I have to expose these learners to doing experimental work. For by doing, they get to understand better than just learning the theory without practice. Describe your student behavior, expectations, and describe your management strategies and techniques you use to maintain an effective classroom environment. First of all, I expect my learners to have a positive attitude, to have positive energy, to have self confidence, and to also have the self-driven intrinsic motivation. So from time to time, I keep on encouraging them, reminding them on the need of believing in oneself, and also reassuring them that they all have the potential, they all have the ability to do better. No one is unable, they all have the potential. When it comes to classroom management, I employ a number of strategies. One, I ensure that I build strong relationships with my learners by creating a good rapport. For I believe when you have good relationship with your learners, then it will be easier to manage them. Number two, I believe in clear communication and setting goals, setting boundaries from the word go. So my learners know that this is what we agreed with the teacher, these are the do's, these are the don'ts. And lastly, I believe in being consistent with whatever I'm doing. If it comes to reward, I have to be consistent. If it comes to treating learners, I have to be fair and I have to treat everyone the same. So that consistency makes the learners to have confidence in me. At the same time, it makes the learners to trust me. Once I have their trust, once I have their good rapport, then I'm good to go. If I were to ask your principal your greatest strength and where you could grow, what could he say? I am sure my greatest strength is on special programs. I'm the head of clubs and societies. I'm quite innovative. I'm quite committed. And I'm so passionate about everything I do. So anytime there are new ideas coming in, anytime there is a new concept being brought to the school, either by the different education stakeholders, I'm always brought on board to try implement that particular policy. Probably that explains why I'm an ethics education champion. I'm a caretaker of adolescents living with HIV. I'm also the head of drama club. So all those actually mean that I'm quite diverse and I'm able to deliver in whichever field I'm assigned duties. That is to say, I'm quite diverse, open-minded, and committed in everything that I do. What do you feel is the most effective way to communicate with parents? Describe how you have used this technique. For me, the most effective way to communicate with parents is through open communication, whereby the open communication calls that once in a while you can have a one-on-one conversation with their parents, and number two is on giving parents regular updates. It is important that parents get to be informed on how their children are progressing in school. Generally, education is supposed to be holistic. So get to inform parents on how their learners are doing in class. Get to inform the parents about how their learners are behaving socially, their relationships with the teachers, their relationships with their peers. And as for me, what I do with my parents on matters communication, I always try, at least at the beginning of the term, that I have a one-on-one meeting with them so that we get to know each other at personal level. Once we have known each other at personal level, and then we are able to engage from time to time on need basis. I don't have boundaries, I don't have protocol when it comes to engaging with my learners. So long as we have that good working relationship, because I believe when we work together, work with an objective of helping these learners, then learning becomes much easier, and my role as a teacher also is made to be easier in terms of management. Have you ever worked in the United States before? If so, have you ever worked in the United States before? If so, what did you do? Where and when? No, I have never worked in the United States of America. Thank you.